Welcome back to another reaction for Saga of Tanya's Eve Season 2 Episode 8. Okay. Not that the date is helping me in any way. So, when are we going to attack the capital? Our own capital? As that is.
中佐殿、参謀本部より招集命令です。
No rest for the wicked.
こんな時間に休暇中の呼び出しとなればただごとではない。ああ、妙に喉が渇いて仕方ないな。
Again, they insinuated at least that they would attack themselves to either raise morale or have a reason to stop.
泥沼化する
Okay.
東部戦線、激化する西方航空戦。帝国は少しでも消耗を抑えんと長引く自由共和国との戦いを切り上げ。
Oh, so we are retreating from Africa. Okay.
南方大陸からの撤退を決定。他国に同盟関係を誇示するためにもイルドア経由で派遣軍を帰国させる予定であった。
But
よろしいのですか。我々は一応かの国の友人なのですが。
ああ、同盟国だからこそ講和の仲介も買って出たのだ。それなのに連中と来たら、同盟国なら道を貸せとはな。
まだ講和の目が完全についえたわけではありません。
you're not going to attack the Empire, are you? Because I feel like they're going to steamroll you.
講和して帰るなら出口までご案内してやるとも。だがね、我々を巻き込んでもらっても困るのだ。
違いありませんな。
帝国軍の通過は拒否。飛行も24時間規則を確約。満額回答ですな。
ええ、我が方の大使閣下が良い仕事を。イルドアは厳正中立を確約しております。
最短の陸路経由は封鎖。余震は帝国が海路で鉄平を強行すれば。
海の支配者たる我々の眼前で大海原の優雅なツアーですか。
歓迎会ですな。彼らに振る舞う砲弾の代金ぐらいはご寛容のほど。
So the whole idea of them just attacking Idwa and taking over the port and stuff never comes to mind.
連合王国海軍は列強随一。帝国は甚大な戦力格差の中、友軍を守り抜かねばならなかった。
Torpedo strike.
諸君、戦闘団の大多数は休暇を兼ねた再編中だが。
はっ、参謀本部直属の遊撃や我が第203航空魔導大隊は例外であります。
さて、仕事の説明だ。作戦名はバルバロイ。任務が
Barbaroy? Really? Not Barbarossa, Barbaroy. General Rommel, huh? There are no similarities between the show and real world. Those are all coincidental. This is not even close to the real world. It looks like a boot, but no. This is a door. Could be seen as Italy, but no.
ご帰国させる。
南で戦っていた戦友らのお迎えですか。ならば歓迎の花束が必要かと。
Now that I think about it, what if the Empire, I mean, here's the thing. The Empire are the good guys, right? they, or at least they are not the bad guys. Even though they have Rommel in their team, doesn't matter. They did not break any rules and treaties at this point, because what if they staged not black flag, not red flag, green, not green, definitely not green flag, a false flag by disguising themselves as allies and attacking Eldor? Wouldn't that force Eldor to attack or fight against the allies as well? But again, we are not really bad.
晩餐会用にビールとブルストの手配もよろしいですか？
歓迎ムードは結構だが、ロメール閣下は人気者すぎてな。熱烈なファンが完全武装で追いすがってくるだろう。
ならば鉛。
Oh, I see. I mean, a creative way to talk about the enemy as fans, armed fans. Yep.
レルゲン大佐殿に敬礼。
ご苦労。さて、バルバロイ作戦についてだが、中佐、機関には少し無理をしてもらう。
Oh, really? Tanya has to do something difficult? No. In this show, never.
ご用命とあれば。
すまん。
You know, at some point you should learn just to say no.
なあ。そう言ってくれると助かる。実は技術長が諸問題を解決する鍵を用意したのだ。説明は。
Okay, first off, you do know we are like a mage company. We fly, and whatever you have in the background is pretty big. Second point, you are not going to have some new technology that is untested. We again thrust on Tanya, so she has to try to survive whatever bullshit you came up with again.
あちらにお願いする。
He's never good news. You know he's never good news. No, there are like two people that are really hot on Tanya. Doctor is one, and the other one is, you know, the Russian guy, the Federation guy. They're not Russian. Federation. Now, they have different reasons, but yeah, I feel like none of them are good news. I mean, technically you are right. She didn't say a word.
私に任せたまえ。今回の作戦の鍵は私が用意した。見たまえ、これだ。V2、まさに神のご加護がもたらした革新的な兵器。完璧に信心深い誘導魚雷だ。
あれは
Guided torpedo.
搭乗石か?
Yeah, I was like a V2. You know, a V2 is normally a rocket, not a torpedo.
思えば V1 はまっすぐだった。私の信仰のように曲がることなくまっすぐ、ただまっすぐに飛んだ。約束の地へとただまっすぐに。しかし V2 は信仰者と共に自由に目的地へ向かえる。言うなれば辛い現実に向き合うための代物だな。
何を言っているのだこのドクトルは。
どの道を行こうと丘の上の理想へたどり着く。まさに聖地への旅路を再現すべく V2 には最高の誘導性能をつけた。
Incredible guidance capabilities. You are talking as if it is going to steer itself. Just because you put a human on the rocket doesn't mean you have given it guidance capabilities.
信仰によって導かれし諸君のように決して迷うことがないように。
私に信仰心などかけらもないのだが。
案ずるな中佐。機関の出番を奪ったりはしないとも。共に神の栄光を称える仲間じゃないか。使い方は V1 と同じだ。諸君はこれを敵にぶつけるだけでいい。ああ、直前の離脱も忘れないようにな。たっぷりと積載された火薬が困難を吹き飛ばす様を間近で目にすることができる。
我々まで吹き飛ばさないという保証は。
こればかりは主の御心次第だな。
Fantastic.
つまり安心していいだろう。
中佐、機関の危惧も理解できる。
Do you understand her concerns? Do you really? He's just saying, hey, we have like a huge amount of explosives. Just ride it onto the enemy. That's the plan. I mean, sure, I guess.
不備が続発する魚雷関係の新型兵器ともなれば。
心配は無用。これは海軍の間抜けどもが開発したウナギとは別物。新艦の一つに至るまで私が万全の意を配った私の魚雷。すまない。本当にすまない。私のおごりを許してくれるだろうかってくれ着中さ。
ドクトル、
私としたことが傲慢に身を焦がしかけた。我々の協力こそがこの奇跡を生み出したというのに。
は
V2 は機関の提案と提言をきっかけに開発したのだ。
Wow.
言うなれ
Okay.
ば信仰者同士の信仰による合作。まさに
Don't touch me.
機関と私の子供
Okay. He's not that far off, the other guy.
だな。
Congratulations. You are dead.
私は現場将校の一人として技術者に招聘されていた。
結局のところ主力艦の訪問を揃えぬことには海上派遣は愚か、敵のそれに挑戦することもおぼつきません。
長期的には正解だとしても、今現在無策で戦えばそれは単なる浪費でしかありません。
理屈だけは立派なことだ。それで短期的解決策があるのかね。
ございます。水雷、特に航空雷撃は極めて有望かと。
艦艇用魚雷ですら技術的にままならないのに、ましてや航空魚雷など。
I mean, that is pretty funny. That they don't even have the technology for good water-based torpedoes, which is not too far off. I didn't really know that, but torpedoes had a pretty high failure rate. And in contrast to, you know, like war. Especially the magnetic ones were pretty bad in cases. And they were very fiddly. You needed to hit exactly the right way. Otherwise, they would just bounce off or not trigger at all. Or they would just go past the target. So yeah, doing the same, you know, with this limited technology, then also having to account for being dropped from the sky into the water is, you know, pretty big problem.
では、運用の改善はいかがでしょうか。潜水艦による前言は。
低速の潜水艦で主力艦を狙えるかね。素人の考えた一発逆転の秘密兵器で勝てるわけではないのだよ。
でしたらばいっそ、魚雷に魔導士でも乗せてはいかがですか。
You can't be serious. I assumed he was rattling down an idea like the torpedo, and he then took that idea and extrapolated having a mage maneuver it. Now we find out this was your idea. Your idea was to put the mage on a torpedo? I assume to have like a shield, but it is your idea. It is literally, they did what you said.
魔導士に魚雷を敵艦まで誘導させ直前で離脱。
Did you believe that there are so many mages they are not going to come to you for this? Or was it like, we are in the east, we don't need torpedoes, so we don't need to care about this technology? There is those in the west, they can do this.
確実に命中させるのです。魔導士なら命中後の攻撃も可能です。
I mean, that is the part that I do agree with. It is essentially a fast travel for the mage, right to the enemy. And then they can continue fighting after delivering the payload.
言えば、そんなことを口にしたような気もするが、誰だって自分で使う気がなければ、無責任にいいアイディアを現場に投げられるものだな。
Yeah.
これも存在 X の嫌がらせか。
I feel like, nah, this is your own problem.
ああ、もういい。もうわかった。貴様がそのつもりなら。
What do you mean? You literally said they should do this. You can't be like, oh, this was X idea. No. The other part, the earlier part where you had the, not tested advanced flight thingy, sure. But this is all on you.
やるまでだ。
It didn't even need to do much change, right? Just put the seat on the rocket, done. There he is. Totally innocent Rommel.
可能なのでしょうか。想定以上の連合王国艦隊が待ち受けているようです。本当にこの海を渡りきれるのでしょうか。ソナーに艦！軍艦の推進音です。主力艦級が複数。
デグレチェフ中佐殿、コンタクトしました。大物揃いですよ。
おお、豪勢ですな。前菜に大型巡洋艦、メインは空母に戦艦です。
A carrier? Fucking carrier? Where the fuck did they get a carrier? Holy shit, okay. To be honest, I assumed they would just launch those torpedoes from like the land. Just do like a cruise missile style.
ですが、あいにく日没前です。V2 ではなくうなぎという手も。
ご配慮には感謝します。ですが確実を期すならば我々でしょう。
通常ならばその通りです。しかし有視界距離が狭まるこの時間帯では。
そのための我々です。決心せねばならぬのですよ。
友軍の撤退がかかっていると。
それにイルドアのお友達も見ているはずです。結局現場で帳尻を合わせるしかなし。ぶん殴ってでも幸運の女神とやらの後ろ髪をひっつかんでやるまで。
I mean, this is essentially a show of force. Edoa to show Edoa, hey, don't fuck with us. Maybe they are going to join you in the war effort, which again, I feel like you don't want that. Because Italy is always on the losing side. Similar to Germany, essentially. But at least they are going to be more cooperative next time.
搭乗前の最終確認だ。はっ。我が方の V2 は12本のみ。割り当ては慎重にいかねばならん。空母と戦艦は絶対に仕留めろ。手順を間違えるなよ。魚雷の命中直前には離脱して浮上だ。その後は駆逐艦と交戦せよ。ん？その顔は何だ？
中佐殿はこれは
あまりになんだね。指揮官先頭で私が行く。ついてくれば済む話だ。それ以上でもそれ以下でもない。
海の中からどのように敵艦を捕捉すると。
酸素は
I mean, yeah, if you're just trying to not do this, a little bit late. Patients can generate their own oxygen.
かなりの水圧や水流が。
つまりこの作戦には我々魔導部隊の力が不可欠なのである。
祈るしかないですね。
祈るだと。すまんが注意。まず人事を尽くしたまえ。己の力、人の意志、それで。
Okay.
やるべきことをやり遂げるぞ。
目標の進路、速度、初見出ました。
中佐殿、数値を送ります。
I mean, technically they could just launch the torpedoes normally. As they did it before with normal torpedoes or ears or whatever they call it. So they could do it with a V2 as well. You just need to make sure it hits as a mage. So if you are in front of like a hull, it is probably the target you need to destroy. Also, carrier's not really fragile, all things considered. That is why they have like a whole bunch of stuff around them. So couldn't you destroy it manually?
諸言を受領した。最終確認、発射準備。よろしい。諸君、問題はないようだな。はい。
はい。よ
ろしい。大変に結構だ。
However you are talking for.
始めるぞ。
Oh, what a stupid idea for a weapon. But I mean, if it works, it works. And if you are able to sink a carrier and the battleship and all the cruisers and destroyers surrounding it, I feel like the Navy is going to retreat. It's going to be too expensive. Carriers are mega expensive.
夜逃げ中の帝国軍を撃滅し、南方大陸作戦を完遂か。
楽な仕事だな。弱い者いじめにも程があるぜ。
I guess I don't have the sonar or radar yet. I should have a sonar, right? No talking. We're doing like some CP stuff, okay. Now this is also something you would assume you want the explosion as close to the hull as possible. But no, you want it a little bit further away. You want to produce like an explosion, expansion, implosion, and through all this movement of the water, it breaks the hull. And that is how you sink a ship. At the time at least.
神に見捨てられてはいなかったか。
How? Are those allied mages? Oh, these are normal mages. I assume they would be the special troops. Wouldn't make much sense, which is why I was a little bit surprised, because they should be in the east. But I just did not consider that instead of having an air force for everything, they just use mages as an impromptu air force. Okay, so do we need the V2s? If we can just blow them up? Again, this all happened because of her stupid idea.
神のおぼし飯などクソくらい。憧れの印税生活のため何としてでも生き残ってやる。
U091 艦長のオットー・フォン・エルム少佐です。お見事でした、中佐殿。
Yeah, good that you are here. We have 12 more of these V2s we can use.
すでに連合王国の艦隊主力は撤退。南方派遣軍は愉快な船旅に。いや、同期のバルヘッドも大騒ぎでしたよ。
ああ、バルヘッド艦長は同期であられましたか。それは。
ところで、こちらを本国から。
Man, this is... Congratulations. You are hereby retired. Get your pension and have a good life. I mean, it's going to be another mission right off the bat. Entry pass.
なるほど。24時間規則と中隊定数で逆手を取ると。ここは一つ。
What? An entry pass? Okay, so you are allowed on a door, but what are we going to do with that? I feel like we're not going to do anything nice.
ここは一つ。観光旅行を楽しませてもらうとしよう。
I mean, at least a door. It's probably pretty nice looking. If it were a country in a similar, latitude, something like Italy. Italy's supposedly pretty nice. So maybe if it was somewhat like Italy, it probably is nice to look at. Yeah. From HQ, they sent a message, fuck you.
ですな。人知らずして恨みず、また楽しからずやと返しても。
何をおっしゃいますか。同盟国としてよく理解しておりますとも。
勝者には月桂冠ですか。
連合王国海軍はちと負けすぎたとなれば、我々も立ち振る舞いを微修正しますとも。何せそれが許される中立国なんだから。
イルドアも全く面の皮が厚い。本国。
Okay, holy shit. Because there was a lot of talking, but the mouse moved differently, and I was like, what's going on? So it's in a monologue.
お給の一つもとなるわけだ。受け入れるのは部隊じゃない。単なる12人の表敬訪問。イルドアがそう言い張ったところで、あれは魔導中隊だ。いい踏み絵なわけで。
はあ、頭が痛い。 よりにもよってデグレジャフ中佐の部隊を受け入れか。外交上とても辛い。デグレチャフ中佐が待ち遠しい。いや、東部で大変お世話になりましてね。
Alright, because they didn't meet. Now I do wonder if she is going to... I could see her coming in like a dress.
表敬訪問してくれるとは嬉しい限り。あの激物と縁を持っておいてよかった。初対面ではとてもまともに対処できんからな。
感動の再会というわけですが、せっかくだヒノキ部隊にしてやりたいのですが。
いやー、全くですな。急なことで接遇の予算や場所に事欠き申し訳ない。
やれよ。
Oh no.
やれ。どこまでも茶番劇だな。
What are we doing?
完全に裏口。とにかく人目を避けての友好親善と。
Interesting. So if we, you know, this is a celebration, right? We defeated some of the allies, the fleet. We were able to help our friends, our soldiers, and we are visiting a friend. So maybe it's a little bit quiet. Maybe we need a little bit more of a show.
とはいえ、潜水艦をこっそり受け入れるだけ。騒がなければ。
ここまで目立つのはさすがにどうなんだ。
I don't know, is that a submarine there on? Doesn't look like one. Because what I could have seen is them just capturing an allied ship. Maybe that is the idea. Maybe this is supposed to be an allied ship they captured. But yeah, I mean, make it a little bit more, a little louder, a little bit more of a spectacle, so the allies can see that a door allows us to be here. So their strict neutrality is going to be put into question.
しっかりだ。
タイ殿は魔導士なのに同行されないのですか？
入らん。
は？
スイムスーツが入らん。
ああ。
頑張れよ。しっかりだ。
Man, this is really, I mean, this has to suck. You can't join in the suicide mission. Man, you are so downhearted now, right? Okay, sightseeing tour. I mean, again, this mostly came out of her own idea. It's her own fault that she had to ride a fucking explosive rocket into an enemy ship. However, they were successful. I assume, they were able to sink the carrier and battleship, which are the most important ones, and probably some of the supporting ships surrounding that. I mean, very effective. We were able to escort Rommel, which is definitely going to be a nice guy, and we are now in Eldora as visitors, which is going to be interesting. We don't know if the ship they were on is like a submarine or a captured allied ship. Could be either. Hard for me to distinguish. It does look submarine-like, but they definitely made it a little bit of a spectacle, which I feel like is what you want. Because you want to make clear that, hey, Edoa is not as neutral as the allied nations assume they are.